The Cupcake Killer by Miles Prower 06. Chapter 5. Memorial. Ponyville Fountain. 2 weeks later. A good portion of Ponyville was gathered at the newly decorated fountain in the center of town. Planted all around the base were the most beautiful and exotic types of flowers, thanks to Fluttershy. At the edge of all 3 flowing bowls, glimmering gemstones had been encrusted into the stone. When the sunlight hit them, the sight was almost magical. Thanks to Rarity, who had spent a great deal of time in the past couple of weeks perfecting her choice of gems to be included in the memorial. In the bottommost bowl, where most of the water was at all times, the names of the victims had been expertly carved into the outside wall all around the circumference. It had taken Twilight up until 2 nights ago to get them all carved in. The mayor came up to the podium that had been set in front of the fountain. "Now, if every pony could bow their heads for a moment of silence." All ponies present lowered their heads, closed their eyes, and were silent. Just the wind moving through town could be heard. After several moments, the mayor thanked the crowd and gave the podium to Rainbow Dash. "Thanks so much for coming out today, every pony. When I first got this idea in my head a couple weeks ago, I never anticipated this outpouring of support. I'll be honest, I wasn't particularly close with any of the victims of these killings, but many of you were. And every day I thank my lucky stars that my name isn't carved into this fountain." Rainbow ducked underneath the podium and came up with her jar of liquid rainbow from her cloud home and untwisted the lid. "So let this fountain be a reminder of what Ponyville has lost, or the joy and happiness these ponies brought into our lives." With that, she slowly poured the liquid rainbow into the fountain, every last drop, and within seconds the spectrum had worked through the entire water lines, and the fountain was now a brilliant display of colors reflected in the sunshine. The next hour was spent with several family and friends of particular victims coming to the podium and telling happy times with their lost loved ones, after which another moment of silence was given, and the ceremony ended. As the crowd began to disperse, Rainbow looked at the shooting streams of rainbow as they fell into the 2 tiers into the bottom bowl, and was touched at what her friends had managed to accomplish. "It's very beautiful. I can't wait to see how it looks under the moonlight." Rainbow turned and saw Princess Luna behind her, and she gave a short bow. "Thank you, Your Highness. What can I do for you?" "Actually, I just thought I'd come and let you know something. This isn't for every pony's ears, but it concerns Pinkie." Rainbow listened intently, and her friend saw Luna lean down and whisper something in Rainbow's ear. Rainbow then nodded with a soft smile, and Luna ascended into the sky towards Canterlot. Ponyville Rock Farm. 2 days later. Rainbow Dash sat near a large oak tree next to the silo near the farmhouse with Gummy on her shoulder. She sat in front of a fresh mound of dirt where a pile of rocks had been set up with a wooden cross perched out of the center of the pile with a name carved into it. Pinkamena Diane Pie. "Look, I don't think every pony will ever be able to agree on how to view what you did, whether it's right to remember you the way you were before all this happened. I don't honestly know what to say to you had you survived. I'm trying my hardest to cope with what you did to me, Pinkie. You were one of my best friends, but I think I'm the only one out of our friends who's ready to move on. You're gone now, and I can't feel about you the way the other victims do. You didn't take anyone from me, except yourself. I'll never know if you had any idea what you were doing, if there was something seriously wrong with your mind. I'm sorry if anything you did caused this." Rainbow fumbled with the dirt for a moment, trying to figure out what she wanted to say next. "I guess what I'm trying to say is, I don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive you for what you did. I'm going to find a way to live with what you did to me, and I'll be stronger for it. But you were a great friend, regardless of what happened to you in the end." Rainbow just sat there, looking at the simple grave. By looking at her, the pony wouldn't be able to tell if she was waiting for a response from beyond the grave. She sat there for several more minutes in silence before whispering goodbye and began to trot home back to the farm with Dummy on her back. Her mind was finally